Diana duplication. Harry's wife repeatedly duplicates the world of the late Diana, Princess of Wales. She does this because in her deluded world, she believes that she's like Diana, universally loved, empathic, kind to people, charismatic, beautiful. She believes that she wears clothing in the same way that Diana did, causing people to have their breath taken away. She also utilizes Diana in a far more sinister way, and that's whereby she triangulates Harry with his dead mother. She did it, for instance, in wearing the same perfume that Diana once wore. She has done it also in terms of copying time and time again the outfits, the poses that Diana adopted. She will, of course, utilize Diana's death as a means of getting to Harry by exhibiting false compassion to him as a mid-range narcissist, by claiming she understands his loss, how difficult it must have been for him to deal with, and, of course, the subsequent behaviours of the paparazzi. She'll have regularly thrown in his face, "You don't want the same thing to happen to me that happened to your mother, do you?" That was used as a threat. Mid-range narcissists regularly use threat, and it demonstrates her absence of emotional empathy for Harry, that she would be so low as to utilize the death of his mother that affected him greatly at a young age by saying to him, "Do this, or I might end up dead, and you'll have that on your conscience as well, matey boy." Accordingly, the late Diana, Princess of Wales, is regularly utilized by the narcissist that is Harry's wife for the purposes of maintaining control over Harry, doing so by triangulation, doing so through use of threat, doing so by the use of language, image, clothing, and scent. Harry is a sucker for this behavior. Clearly affected by the loss of his mother at such a young age, he has this yearning for his mother. We saw the ridiculousness of this when he commented about how the fact that he rubbed Elizabeth Arden cream into his knob whilst thinking about his mother because the smell reminded him of her. Accordingly, we know that the manipulations that Harry's wife uses with regard to duplicating the behaviour of Diana, bringing her name up, etc., will be wholly effective. In a sense, it is the kryptonite for Harry. He will yield as a consequence of this, and Harry's wife does this for two reasons. One, she thinks she's Diana, and two, subconsciously, the control that it provides her over Harry. In a perverse way, in effect, she causes Harry to shag his own mum. But that won't concern Harry's wife, because her absence of emotional empathy will cause her to regard such degenerate behaviour as entirely acceptable, because it gets her what she needs. And she's been at it again. We saw last week her appearance wearing zebra crossing by Grifter, the Bumblebee birthday appearance. And it has transpired that, lo and behold, a similar style of dress was worn by, yes, you've guessed it, Diana, Princess of Wales. An auction house called Julien's Auctions has a catalogue, Icons and Idols, from Hollywood, and this is a number of years ago, and it contains all sort of memorabilia, clothing, letters, posters, weaponry, all sorts in relation to a variety of famous people throughout Hollywood. One of the items that was available was HRH Princess Diana Catherine Walker strapless gown. You'll see that it is pretty similar to the one that Harry's wife appeared in. A strapless Catherine Walker gown worn by Princess Diana to a private event. The slender-fitting gown is composed of ivory silk crepe with bands of black silk velvet with a graduated hemline and silk lining. A Catherine Walker label is present. Walker was one of Princess Diana's favourite fashion designers and created garments for her for 16 years, accompanied by a custom-made wardrobe bag and a dress form. And the lot, it was number 48, dresses from the collection of Diana, Princess of Wales, suggested a fee of somewhere to $60,000 to $80,000. The catalogue contains other items belonging to Princess Diana, a Zandra Rhodes evening gown, a Catherine Walker chartreuse silk gown coloured green, and also a worn petal pink Catherine Walker gown with the detailed descriptions, and a Caroline Charles dress. So a variety of items with accompanying pictures, but as you can see, this one is strikingly similar to what Harry's wife has worn. Now, it's not necessarily the case that Harry would turn around and go, "Oh yeah, my mum wore that," but it's more a case of Harry's wife wanting to present to the world her similarity with the late Princess of Wales, wanting to say about how she looks like her. She is so deluded, she believes that she channels Diana. You may recall that when she was at Diana's grave, she lied about channeling her. And the fact is, she repeatedly triangulates Harry with the memory of his mother in order to get to the prime aims. The fact is that here is another item whereby Harry's wife utilizes it for the purposes of making her seem like she is Diana. She's a polar opposite of Diana. Nevertheless, Harry's wife sees herself as that, and there is another situation whereby she duplicates Diana by wearing clothing similar to that worn by the late Princess of Wales. This is just further evidence of her deluded mind, the way that she sees herself as something that she's actually not, the way that her chameleon-like narcissism causes her to try and transform into somebody that she is not. It's to be entirely expected and demonstrates the absence of boundary recognition, whereby she repeatedly duplicates Diana in order to try and appear like that to the outside world, although nobody's going to be buying it. And the only person that's going to fall prey to this replicating behaviour is Harry himself. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.